welcome everybody back to RTAG Nation, the first one from the new studio in Colorado. So excited to have everybody here. I think we're going to start growing as we get talking here. I don't know why people don't want to tune in for the early music going, but as you can see, a little bare background here. We're working to build out the new studio that we are going to be working from, and we've got some exciting news today. Very excited. All of this stuff comes to you for the next year, as a matter of fact, thanks to American Airlines. So those of you who are on, I know a few people right now, I can see them chatting in the comments section that are at American, and we this year they are our top sponsor for the entire year. So you're going to start to see and hear a lot more information about American Airlines, and we're so thankful that they are able to come in and really just give back to veterans and let them know how much they really mean. So thank you, American Airlines. And like I said, we'll have some more information coming up in the live shows and the podcast here soon about them and what they've got bringing to the table. If you didn't know, I will tell you, we are doing an awesome 80s party at the convention this year. We're doing this great 80s party. Hopefully you have tickets, but I will tell you something. We are working right now because we have had so much interest. We are working to get more space available for this. So stay tuned to the website. Stay tuned to Facebook. We are trying to get more and more information about this. I'm, of course, Josh Lee, the Vice President for RTAG, and so we are super excited. And today we have a special guest, Matt Prey, is going to come on and talk to you about what they've got going on over at Prey Aviation and how they're helping veterans. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that's going on for the convention, and we're going to give you some information about some new giveaways right after we roll this intro. Oh, that's a fun intro. I love wild, crazy music. But yeah, so we're going to take some live questions here in a minute as well. We are so thankful for those of you who are joining us. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, thank you for the support. Make sure if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, that you get a chance to go over and take a peek at that you would be able to know about when all the new shows come out, when the new podcasts. I've got some reviews that we're about to release, and we're going to be doing some exciting stuff. So it's RTAG Nation at YouTube. So we are going to just a quick second talk to Matt and about some exciting stuff he's got going on. If you didn't get your stuff, we are going to have another quarterly fridge fund going live. We most likely around August timeframe. We are going to have some new stuff in there, and then make sure you hit these because we're not going to have the same designs in every time we do one. Obviously, we'll have some of the most popular stuff at the convention, but if you want to obviously support us, support scholarships, then we will have that available for the Fridge Fund coming up in the next quarter. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Matt on, and you guys have talked or seen Matt here, and I'm sure you guys have had great conversations with Matt at the convention. Matt, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you doing today, Joshua?
Great. So glad to have you back. And I know this time without the echo, which is really nice to
sorry about that.
No, it's totally fine. And we're super excited to have you back and glad we could have you back on the show. And mostly because you've got some exciting news to talk about, which we're going to get into. But one of the things I wanted to start right off the bat, I guess, and talk about is, you've been to a couple of the conventions. And I think last year, I know for us, we were just, my goodness, blown away with how it ended up going. We were the only in-person event last year and did it in San Diego, and it was amazing that we were able to do it and see everybody's faces. So I just want to take a second, maybe talk about your experience at the convention in San Diego and the people you talked to and kind of some takeaways, things that you loved, maybe things we could do better.
Yeah, absolutely. First off, the convention was amazing. For those that missed it, they've gotten better and better over each year, and from our first one in 2018 2020 to last year was just spectacular. So the turnout, what would you say, over 2,200 people showed up between the 2 days?
Yeah, it was like
the floors were packed.
People, yeah.
Everybody was talking. And even the people that they're not ready for that airline job or they're not ready for that next step, you get to meet and network and get to meet face to face with all the recruiters and people, and that lasts a long that impression lasts a long time, and people will remember that. So from the convention standpoint, there was so many great aspects. The volunteers and you guys, from all of you at RTAG Nation, did a lot of work and effort, and I commend you for that. So it was an honor for us to be a part of it, and as the platinum sponsor last year.
Yeah, that's awesome. And for those of you who don't know or hadn't got a chance to come to the conventions or meet Matt and his team, last year they were the diamond sponsor, and they really, I mean, let's just call it what it is. We couldn't have done what we did last year without you guys, for sure. And it's, it's always really special to us when, yeah, we started this thing, so we're going to put all this investment and time into it. But when people really believe in what the community is doing, to put literally your money where your mouth was. And that was super special to us, and we're really appreciative of that. And I think hopefully you guys got more than just a standard return on investment, but kind of got to see I call it kind of the rabidness of this group of veterans that is just ready. They want to do something in this aviation industry. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a fantastic turnout for us. We had, I think, 8 team members there, and the whole front of the booth. So we got to see everybody as they walked in, and even people that weren't looking for flight training or any of those aspects, they still came over and said hi. We gave them a shirt or gave them, some free memorabilia, which was pretty awesome. And just getting to hear everybody's stories and where they're at and their career and their path, and anything we could do to help them that was really what it was all about. So it was a fantastic time. And then the Tom Cruise in the Top Gun bar was a lot of fun, and
yeah.
We had a great time with people that we partnered with as well, with the airlines, with SkyWest.
Awesome.
And
yeah, that's awesome.
it was a great time.
A lot
so
of vendors.
If you haven't been out there, definitely recommend.
Yeah, you're totally right. That's one of the things that we talk on these shows a lot of time directly to veterans, but the vendors, they get a chance to make these connections and see people again, and maybe see different, different flight schools or different other vendors that they can work together and partner with to try and one, obviously help veterans, but to maybe find that pilot that they wouldn't have got other ways, which is cool. I know my wife Becky and I, we rock the Prey shirts a lot. Those are pretty comfortable t-shirts we got. So
yeah,
we wear them a
absolutely.
lot.
You can thank Jessica for those. She's
Yeah,
the
good job
mastermind
on
behind
that.
all that.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So one of the other things I noticed this year after the convention, we like to post a lot of the people getting their PPLs. We like to post people getting their different certificates, the multi-engines and things like that. And I saw a lot of Prey this year, people saying, oh, I finished up at Prey Aviation, got this. And so that's super, super fun to see for us and fun to share for us that people are they're moving forward in their career and seeing those. Hopefully we get to show them when they show an American ticket or a Frontier ticket or, and see them all the way through that progression. That's something that's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's not delay anymore. Let's talk about some exciting news. I know you guys got something kind of exciting going on.
We do.
I think what's cool about it is that the RTAG, it's something that I don't want to say is specific to RTAG, but RTAG, the members know both of these things that you're going to talk about. So it's I'm going to let you go ahead and share away.
Sure. So we've been working pretty hard this year, and in the last about 5 weeks, we have basically acquired Trident Aviation Flight Training. So Trident is now coming under Prey Aviation's umbrella, and that is effective today. So we now have 3 different locations on top of our Kansas location, so 4 total, and I think there's a couple remote sites that we're still operating. But their 29 aircraft are coming into our fleet, so now we have over 50 airplanes, and we're 141 VA, everything that we've been striving to get through, and we finally got there. So it's going to be a very great opportunity for the veterans, because now they're able to use even more options for funding, and because that's the biggest key is how do you fund the training? And we do have a lot of people that come through our Part 61 school and get done quickly, but now since we're going to be 141 VA, we're really going to be focusing on not extending the timeline. We're just offering another source for the funding, and there's some other key things we can talk about that later in the show as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's super exciting. I know that's something people are already super excited in the comments. I'm looking here, and I think that's good. You guys have a good reputation, and I know that there's some different things that the previous owner, he wanted to concentrate on some other stuff, and that always leaves people, and where does that going to help veterans? And so that's awesome that you guys are stepping in and going to be able to do that. Let's talk a little bit about the funding source. One of the things that you and I have talked about quite a bit is, and we see on social media and on our emails and our questions are, how do I fund that training, right? We
Hmm.
all know, hey, it's a wonderful thing if I can use the full GI Bill, but that's not always an opportunity for everybody. So walk through a couple of those different funding sources that
Correct.
you guys have available.
Sure. So for Air Force and Army, obviously there's the cool funding. I know that active duty Army they did get to a reduced. I think it's only 1,000, but it's free money. So don't throw money away on the table for anybody out there. Use the funding. So we do have the cool funding. We now are going to have VA effective immediately, and that's going to be very beneficial. So if anybody's trying to train, for instance, in this summer, the VA switches over on August 1st. Don't ask me why they choose that
Yeah.
year versus fiscal year, but that's they did. So you would be able to maximize a lot of that funding, and you'd get up to $30,000 for your flight training just from the VA side alone. If you
Nice.
tap in cool and um, if you're skill bridge, you're getting full active duty pay while you're doing all of it at the same time. So there's a tremendous amount of opportunity for veterans to take advantage of those funding options. And we do finance as well. So we do offer owner financing for veterans that qualify and make sure that is good to go. So
Awesome. That's actually really great. That's one thing that people sometimes we get. I know for me when I did my transition, I all my GI Bill was gone. It was either to my wife or kids, or I'd used a little bit of it. So there's a lot of people who don't have. They may need that financing, and so that's a great option too. Sometimes we get asked. Obviously, use the cool, right? Use those programs that are out there. Look at Voc Rehab.
absolutely.
Voc Rehab is a program that's out there, but at the end of the day, $50,000, $60,000 loan short term, when you're talking the ability, we just saw on social media, we shared just, I think recently, that some of these folks they flew with a regional for a year, maybe 15, 18 months, and they're at a American or United or all of the large airlines. You're talking that stuff's going to be a 20-year career. If you retire at 40, you're looking at a 25-year career that you're going to be making millions of dollars. A little bit of investment in yourself is a great thing. So that's really good to hear that you guys have the financing available.
Yeah, and that drives a really good point because you talk about seniority and what does seniority mean? 6 months of seniority, and depending anybody you ask, that's six figures of lost revenue. It might not be right away, but 2, 3 years, 4 years down the line, when you're starting to make, year four, year five,
Yeah.
or captain pay, it starts adding up. So we still have that 6 month timeline or under, including with the VA. There's no reason that we cannot do it. We've been doing this for so many years that all we're doing now is adding an extra process and a step. And with Trident, it was a great opportunity for us because they do have the infrastructure, they have the aircraft, they have the staff. We're not looking to change any of the staff. We're not looking to change anything like that. We're just trying to implement and make some things more efficient
Right.
and get that process from A to B more to our standard, which is we've been able to take a lot of guys and gals from 0 hours all the way to commercial multi in 4 months. 6 months is what we tell people, just because,
Sure.
in case you get lazy or get tired of flying
That's right.
7 days a week, because we will make you fly. But yeah, now with the four different locations and multitude of aircraft and the VA funding sources, as well as Cool and SkillBridge. SkillBridge is one of the best programs I can
Yeah.
tell everybody. I don't care if you're going for aviation mechanic, go apply. It's your time. You need to be using it.
Yeah.
So
It's one of those things that's very underutilized. And I think that as we get into this next year or two, when we really see this need for pilots and mechanics, to be honest with you, I mean, there's tons of mechanics. If you're watching this now, or mechanics that are looking for jobs outside,
oh
share
yeah,
this video with them, because the credentialing assistance and the programs that are available, VRNE and things like that, are available to everybody. And mechanics, nobody talks about that, but that's a huge need in the aviation industry right now. I mean, it's absolutely huge. And we're on our tech side, we're trying to help bridge that as well, to make that gap. So here's another thing that we've talked about. I think that's really interesting, and it's starting to blow up. And we at RTAG affectionately call it E2A, but enlisted folks who
hmm
want to do enlisted. We obviously a lot of crew chiefs and people that were air crew members, but we got a lot of people that, anywhere from cooks to truck drivers in the military that want to be aviators. We're starting to see a huge growth in that, and you guys actually have that opportunity now, right, to do a full educational program through some of your affiliates. Talk a little bit about
absolutely.
that.
Yeah, great question. So we do have two schools. Trident had one, Prairie Aviation had the other. So our organization's linked with Purdue Global for the college, and it's a full 4-year online degree program with VA approved. We are integrating the flight side into that, so it's going to take a little bit of time and
Right.
finesse because it is very new and it all happened in the last 48 hours for
Right.
us. So busy day, and then Trident had Liberty University, which they've been
Awesome.
utilizing, and like I said, the infrastructure is there. So we do have the options to bring anybody from E2A, RTP, any walk of life to get you to where you need to get. And if you need the degree, we can provide it for you through one of the two colleges. I mean, honestly, it's going to be your guys' pick.
I love that.
It doesn't matter. Whatever works best for you is what we're trying to do. Um, and kind of piggybacking
Yeah.
on what you said about the mechanics. If anybody out there is a mechanic or wanting to be a mechanic or doing skill bridge, I could use 5 today. So
Wow.
especially
Yeah.
with the fleet we just acquired. So, and if you don't want to work with us, that's fine. We understand, but we have a lot of ways to source and place people in the industry through multiple airlines. There's a lot of airlines that are hiring even people on the skill bridge, which we're trying to do those partnerships
Right.
right now where they'll hire people on skill bridge. After they get done with the skill bridge, they even without an AMP, I know a couple groups that'll pay almost $30 an hour for a mechanic.
Oh, wow. That's
So
awesome.
there's a lot of opportunities out there, and so we want you to reach out to us because we want to help introduce that. And the reason we're trying to do it for internally is because it bridges that gap. Like we don't get anything out of it. All I get to do is I can bridge that gap with the airlines, and now once you have one, it's a domino effect, and then the
Right.
rest of the airlines are going to follow suit and be like, well, they're doing this, and they're getting all the mechanics and pilots and rampers and everything in between. So if you just want to be a fueler, we have options for that too.
That's awesome.
So it's anything aviation at this point. That's what we're really evolving into.
I love that. And that's one of the things, you kind of mentioned it. Um, one of the things that I love about all the places we work with, and all of the schools that we work with and the people that partner with us is at the end of the day, they really are here. And I feel like it's a little different, but at the end of the day, they're really here to make sure that the veteran gets taken care of, which is not always the case in the commercial world, any type of commercial job.
Absolutely.
And we hear that time after time that, that it's just like, oh, maybe this won't help me, but if I can help you bridge that gap. And so we really appreciate that. And we're thankful to all of our vendors and all of our sponsors and partners that help do that this year. And here just a few minutes, I'm going to talk about some scholarships that we're going to have that people can use again to fund sources. If you want to use Prairie Aviation, we'll have some scholarships open. This is going to be one of the best years we've ever had. And it's just continuing to blow up every time I look. Or we have our board meeting, we just talk like, holy cow, how did we get here? But it's been super incredible. So where can people go for information? Like what can people, a website or contact you or contact your staff to get more information over the next couple of weeks if they're looking to make this transition?
Yeah, absolutely. So for the next couple of weeks, I mean, I understand that everything is being shifted. There's going to be about a 30 to 60-day transition where we
Sure.
really implement all the processes over. So you can really best case is just to reach out to us. Email is always best because with email there's multiple people that are tracking that email. If you make a phone call, um, it's just easier if you're able to at least make an email. If you do want to call us, that's fine, but follow up with an email. So go to
Absolutely.
preaviation.com, drop us in line off of that, or you can just email us at preaviation@gmail.com. Either way, it goes to the same email. There is going to be a lot more information that comes out with the transition and how this process is going to work. So if you're looking for VA, if you want to go through the 141 program, the 141 versus 61, there's not really a big cost difference
Right.
based on how it's structured. But if you're wanting to use the VA, you have to go through the 141. But it's just another avenue that we have felt that it was a great need for the soldiers, airmen, Marines, and everybody in between. So, and we are actively going to be looking for voc rehab too in BNRE. So
Cool. Very
that
cool.
is one of the first things I'm going to be trying to tackle as we get that approved as well. Because another funding source for veterans that can't use GI Bill or they expended it, or there's always options. And we're just trying to open those doors and make that transition easier for everybody.
Here we go. Somebody posted forever. Thanks, Tommy, for posting that. PrairieAviation.com. Well, if anybody has some questions, well, let me see if we can get some questions here. Open it up. If anybody online's got any questions, but obviously he gave you the information. Oh, I will post this. Thanks, Christian. RTAG hat. Oh, that thing is so sweet. And they're gone. I mean, I don't know if you guys know about the shortage, but we can't get hats. It's insane. Uh, I didn't ever think that it would affect hats, but yeah. So I don't see any live questions right now, man. But thanks so much. Thank you for last year for supporting us and putting your money where the mouth is, and really just coming on and for Prey just doing what they did for us last year. I think that really made the world of difference, and we owe a big thank you to you for that, to make that happen. Thanks for continuing to support veterans, and to do whatever you got to do. Oh, here we go. Got one. See, spin, and continue what you do. But the first question is, what additional
Oh,
locations will you have now?
great question, Michael. So we'll have Easton, Maryland, just outside of Annapolis. We have Ozark, Alabama, just outside of Fort Rucker, and Milton, Florida, which is just outside of Pensacola, Florida. So those three locations are the main ones. There are a couple of like I said, remote locations, and we still have those options open for the Fly to You program or WIP TOA, where if
Oh,
there's
cool.
enough of a demand, we'll take an aircraft instructor and come out to you. That will not work for VA. I'll caveat that real quick because that's going to be a big one that people with VA, they have to certify the location, the place, and lots of things in between. So it will not change that, and
Right.
Kansas will be the only non-VA location. So if you
Okay.
need a VA, do use VA, you have to go to the other three.
Gotcha.
Um, and then we do the dry leasing of if people want to fly in their backyard and take a plane, do it for 100 hours. We've done that, and it's been very successful for
Awesome.
the people that have used it. So there's lots of options. We're very open to suggestions. If there's a new way we can make it work better, well, drop us a line. We'll figure out how we can do it.
Yeah, I love it. Tommy says, start to finish, how long is the commercial instrument 141 program?
Tommy, that question really depends on you. So that is, how motivated are you? If you want to go through our program, we're going to tailor our VA side the exact way that my Part 61 school is. So we can get somebody from zero to commercial multi in 4 months. But that means you're flying 6, 7 days a week. The weather days are the days you're doing ground, or you might take a little breather. When you get to the time building portion, you're flying 8 to 10, 12 hours. You got to put in the work. So that really however motivated you are is the short end of that answer. But
Awesome.
we typically do 4 to 5 months for our students.
That's awesome. I remember I went through early on. There was really none of these programs that set up this way, and me and a buddy of mine, it's like talking about motivation. We knew I had a timeline. I came out of the Army and I was starting at a company, and we had went up to Louisville, Kentucky, and me and him literally flew all of our multi-engine time together with the instructor, and we spent 50 hours in that plane. Either he was flying or I was flying with the instructor, who was a Marine guy. And we went all over the U.S. and we were tired by the time we got back, and it was exhausting, and we were sweaty, but man, it was fun. But yeah, it's a lot of work. Zach Saha, which is one of our scholarship winners, said he was glad that he got to fly with you and excited about the Trident stuff, which is super cool. I'll pull a plug in there. We are going to do a update show with our scholarship winners and kind of see where they're at now. And I tell you right now, it's pretty exciting to see where the scholarship winners are now. Just, and again, we didn't do much. We got a little bit of money for them to help them, but I think it gives them just that little push to keep going. Lane Cummings says, welcome to Pensacola. Sweet. Very
Thanks,
exciting
Lane.
there. 4 months in Ozark is possible. Love it. Yeah. People are super excited. Glad to see, Jason says, thanks, Matt and Josh. Great to see options that you're giving to veterans. Super cool. He said, disregard. Okay, let me see. Disregard, if already addressed, is the Ozark location up and running?
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, I'll let you
Yep.
readdress that. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing's changed on the Ozark side. It's like I said, the infrastructure with Trident, we're not changing the infrastructure.
Okay.
We're gonna put some processes in, make it more efficient. We're keeping all the original staff. Everything on that side is going to transition very smoothly, and has been so far. And the owner, John and I, well, we knew each other a long time ago. We worked in the same building at Dulles Jet Center when I was flying corporate for a
Oh,
chief
okay.
pilot, or as a chief pilot. So the transition has been very smooth. It's going to be a great summer. We're very excited about the opportunities and
Awesome.
what we can offer vets.
Jacob says, what job placements do you have for people who don't meet the 750 or the 1500 requiremements to build hours and get ready for a regional/major? That's a great job. That's a great question.
Yeah, so that is a great one, Jacob. So we do for our company, we do love to hire instructors. If you don't want to instruct, I get hit up all the time for pipeline jobs, and one group was doing the surveying where they're surveying the
Yeah.
ground, and they just can't keep pilots. So there are options out there now with some of the non CFI positions. You have to be pretty sharp on your skills as a pilot. So you can't be a lazy pilot. That's the easiest way to say it.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody. Um, but there's lots of options out there. For our instructors, they average about 1,000 hours a year.
Oh,
Justin Martinez, one of the latest gentlemen that worked for us and did a great job. He finished, I think he did 1,200 hours in like 12 months, which is pretty rare. But he was after it. He wanted to get the flight time. He wanted to get done. So he's at SkyWest right now. I think he's
awesome.
about to start in dock, or he just started in dock. I can't remember which, but so there's a lot of opportunities, and our goal is to get you to that next level that as fast as possible. Because you losing 3, 6 months, 9 months of
Yeah.
seniority, it's going to cost you. And like Josh said, is you need to pay. You need to put a little bit of money into your future, because once you get to the airlines, you're going to be paying for those prep services. You're going to have to
Yeah.
pay for a little bit of that, because that's your life. And if
Yeah.
you goof it up, then you may or may not have another chance with that airline. So,
That's
or
right.
that other job. But
Here's another good one from Gabriel Wolf says, if you have funding from Cool with Trident, I'm assuming currently, can we use it at Prey if we want to travel to Kansas?
yeah, absolutely. So it's all going to be one company now. So I mean, it's all meshed into one effective now. So no matter where the funding, if you paid Trident or you paid for aviation, it doesn't matter. And you want to train at any of our locations, they're all us now. So you
Awesome.
can train anywhere you'd like to. The accounts receivable is still accounts receivable. So we still show it.
Nice. Brian says, just got CSP Skillbridge signed off. Looking forward to heading your way in the fall. That's awesome, man. That
Excellent.
Skillbridge and CSP is great programs if you can use it. Gabe says, thanks. Well, man, Matt, I always love having you come on. It's super exciting. And you know, I'm sure we'll have you on again, but like you said, prayaviation.com. If you guys are looking for them, you can get all the information from there. I'm sure there'll be stuff on RTAG Nation on the Facebook page being put out. We'll have some more information coming out. They'll be at the convention, correct?
Absolutely.
Hopefully wearing some awesome 80s get-ups and ready to rock out that way. And
I already got the costume.
oh, I love it. I'm so excited. Well, Matt, have you got anything else to just kind of throw in there before we say goodbye?
Nope. I mean, first off, just thanks again for having me on. It's always a pleasure to be on, and thank you and Eric and everybody else in our Tech Nation. I haven't mentioned that for all that you guys do, because you guys are the voice that all of us were looking for, and we do appreciate it. And it's an honor for me to be able to help and push that out to everybody. And anything that we can do to help, if you guys just have questions, please reach out. We love to hear from it. And even if it's not coming through us, that's fine. We're just trying to here to get you guys to the next level.
Awesome. Well, I got one more for you, and I think this would be good. Me and you can maybe be able to tag team this from actually
Sure.
a good buddy of mine, Josh Baston. Hey, what's going on, Josh? It's good to see you. He says in 2018 he hit a roadblock with his class 1. Any advice for a 1,000-hour guy that's been out of the cockpit for a while? What do you think?
Not really. We've trained a lot of people that have been out of the cockpit for 5, 6, 7, even 8 years. It's like riding a bike. It really is. You're going to be rusty on some of the technical aspects and maybe the book knowledge, but once you get back into it, for our program, we immerse you in it. So we just dunk you in. You will relearn it very quickly. So that's how we're so successful. Is we don't let you leave. We just
Yeah, I love it.
kind of kidnap you for about 4 months and get you done.
And it's interesting because that question comes up quite a bit. Comes up quite a bit, and I think we get in this military mindset of, oh man, I didn't fly for the last couple of years, and you know, am I gonna be able to jump right back in? And it's almost like this. Well, I feel so far out of it, but it's not that way at all. Josh and I worked together in the military, and great guy. And Josh, I know you, and I know you can put in the work to do it. But there's so many people that, when you think, oh, I only have 1,000 hours, that time that we put in on the military side of 1,000 hours is, it prepares us a lot differently, I would say, than even somebody who's been doing Cessnas for a while. So again, be dedicated to it, find a place to go. There are airlines looking for you, and they're looking at that recency. So you may go and do 200, 250 hours in a Cessna, but you're doing, hand flying, you're flying instrument approaches, you're learning getting back into that book knowledge, and they're looking for people that are, the airlines is just like the military. They're looking for people who, yes, obviously can fly an aircraft and are competent aviators, but they're looking for good decision makers, people who can fly and make decisions and do the right thing by the company and the customer in difficult times. They're not looking for a VFR pilot. They're looking for the bad day where you're flying down to minimums, making quality decisions, and they're looking for that next captain. So you're in good company, Josh, and super, super excited to have you. PJ says, thanks for jumping on and coming in with us. So everybody's super excited.
Yeah. Anytime.
And Eric, I think we know Eric, says, congratulations, Matt. So good to see you, Eric.
Thanks, Eric.
Always in the sim. Hey, Matt, thanks so much. I'm so excited look forward to seeing you in person again, but so excited for what you guys have coming on. And I'm really appreciative of you coming on and continuing to give back to vets. And I think that's a huge win for all of us. And really appreciate you having you on today, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Josh.
All right. Thanks. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Take care.
All right, so there you have it, Matt Prey. Super exciting stuff going on out there. Make sure you take a look at their website, and we're just seeing so much change. Eric just jumped on. I got to see him there, but the guys and I talk all the time. We're seeing so much change in the industry, and so many things that we thought wouldn't be possible even a year ago. Before COVID, I would say that we thought, oh, this is going to be interesting to see how it changes. And then when COVID hit, it's like, oh man, everything's going to go back to almost prehistoric thought age, but we're seeing so many new programs start, so many more people looking for veterans to not only in the aviation side or the pilot side, but in the mechanic side, flight attendants, kind of anything you want to do. It's the world is your oyster, and we're so thankful to be a part of it. Like I said before, Fridge Fun stuff, you get to see these awesome shirts. You may have to wait till the convention to get any more of these RTAG shirts, and we got some more fun ones. Tim's been hard at work getting some more swag, if you will, for you. And just want to hit you with a couple things. So we're going to start going to more scheduled as we get the studio built out and better internet here at the house in Colorado. We got some more content coming for you. It's going to be super exciting. We're going to be doing more regular broadcasting with these live shows. We've got a lot of people coming on from all different airlines, different vendors that are just want to pour into the veteran community. And then obviously we've got scholarships. We are excited to announce, and you should see on the website either today or tomorrow. Jim's working on it right now, that scholarships are going to go live. They're going to go live on June 14th. Somebody in the comments throw in there what June 14th significant that plays. First person to put June 14th significant in there, I'll send them something. We'll send them a shirt. But June 14th, we're going to go live with all our scholarships this year because of the donations that you all have given. And I'm watching the posts, right? I'm watching them right now. The donations that you all have given, the vendors and the sponsors and the partners, we are going to be, I think already right now, close to $100,000 in scholarships this year, and probably more than that. I know that we're going to have, June 14th. What's the significance of it? We are going to have so much money that we're going to be able to give away this year. And a lot of the time and effort and money is being invested into the next coming years, where we're looking to give away more money than we've given away all combined every year. And so there's it's yes, but not just that, Zach. Yes, but not just that. We are just blowing up, and it's all because of you. It's all because of you all. We do a little bit of the behind the scenes work and the paperwork, but again, we say this all the time. The Mr. Tally, that is correct, but maybe not the answer we're looking for. But that's true. There you go. I'm there. June 14th, scholarships go live. But we are ever grateful for the opportunity to serve you and to continue to serve. We are, I know I speak for Eric and Jim and Tim and I, that we are taken aback every time we think about what we get to do and what we get to help continue to serve this community. And so thank you for letting us do that. We're excited. If you are going through a transition and you're going to want to go to flight school and you need some extra money to pay for that, we are going to make those live June 14th. So many scholarships. I cannot tell you. American Airlines is giving us $20,000 to give away. That's one of the ones that I can announce. $20,000 in the RTAG American Airlines scholarship for transition. That's incredible. And so that's not the only one. There it is. First person, Michael Griffith gets it. Michael, shoot me a message on Facebook. Shoot me a message or email me at joshua@rtag.org, and we'll send you a shirt. Good job. It's the Army's birthday, June 14th. It's the Army's birthday. So that's significant. But I mean, American Airlines giving us $20,000 to give away in a scholarship. And that's not all. We're going to do the Chris Besdes scholarship again. That's $10,000 to use. And so here in the next coming weeks, we're going to have some of our previous scholarship winners of the Chris Besdes, some of the $5,000 scholarships, come on to the show and talk to you about where they're at, how the scholarship helped them, what they did to apply, and then where they're sitting at right now, like where it's taken them. So we're super excited to share that information with you all and couldn't be more happy. Here in the next coming weeks, you're also going to hear more about a Bose headset giveaway. And I know Eric and I love to give away Bose headsets, and thanks to the great people at Bose for giving us headsets. And we have some other headset companies that we're going to be working with to do some giveaways as well. So make sure you subscribe over at the YouTube channel, and that will give you more information on when we go live and how we get the new information out. But remember, June 14th, the Army birthday, June 14th is the day that we are going live with the all of the scholarships. So make sure you get in there, get those applications done. And if you haven't already registered for the convention, please register. If you have civilian friends, obviously we have civilian options this year, which is super exciting. All of those who, if you're watching, civilians, if you're watching, thank you for coming. All of that money that you gave last year to come to the convention went back into scholarships, which is a big thank you, because it lets us know that the civilian community supports us as well, supports what we're doing. Keep being awesome. We are so excited to be a part of this. On behalf of Eric, Tim, Jim, and myself at RTAG, we are could not be more delighted, could not be more excited. Eric asked this question: how many have registered so far? We have just went over the 2,000 registration mark. So that is something that is incredible. This is the first time we've done it this far out, but over 2,000 people have registered. We have so many more airlines to announce, so many more cargo carriers to announce, some legacies left to announce. So I cannot tell you how excited we are and what's coming up. Share this out if you can with your friends, if it's going to give them an opportunity to make their dream come true in aviation. And that's what we want to do, to continue to make people's dreams come true. Keep getting emails from people saying that they're so happy that they could find their post-military careers. And it's amazing. So thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you. You'll see another post here soon for the next RTAG Nation live show. You'll get to see the background get a little bit better. And thank you so much for those of you who support us. We cannot wait to see you in person, October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd in the DFW area. More information will be coming about that soon. And that's it for us, RTAG Nation. We'll see you later.